So it's meant to, like a symbol of eternity, like everlasting love and commitment. That's my guess.
That's not what this article says.
Okay.
By the way, I'll cite my source. This is an article from Southern Living. So
who really knows?
Sure.
It could be an opinion.
Right.
Wiki answers or something.
Yeah. I don't know how reliable this is, but it's interesting.
Okay,
so
that's it.
Anyway, wedding rings. Finally, a tradition not associated with evil spirits, nice. It says. So, historically, the ring symbolized ownership. Yes.
Again, I'm rolling my eyes and you guys can't see it.
Yeah, so in early cultures, rings were used as collateral to pay the father of the bride. So that's back when there was a dowry.
So it's got to be like a substantial, like, pricey ring.
Yes, I think so, but how does that make sense if rings were used to pay the father of the bride, but then the bride is wearing the ring? How does that benefit the family? I don't really understand that.
No, the father of the bride has to pay. That's why women had dowries. Like, in order for a man to take a woman on, she had to have, like, money.
Yes.
That the man, like...
Yes.
You're right, I don't know.
But it says rings were used as collateral to pay the father of the bride, but didn't the father of the bride pay the groom?
I don't know.
Ownership, yeah. Symbolized ownership. So, the timeless tradition evolved with the advancement of women's rights, as brides now exchange rings with the groom as well, as we all know.
So it was just brides that had rings before.
Yes. And now...
Fun fact, my dad doesn't wear a wedding ring because he hates jewelry. But, like he hasn't hasn't worn a wedding ring as long as I can remember, like, my entire life.
I think that's actually common. Colin's dad doesn't wear his ring ever.
Does it because he doesn't like jewelry? Or?
I think he couldn't wear it to work for some reason with some of the things that he did at work, and then he just never wore it because he couldn't wear it.
Now that you say that, I think that's the case with my dad. I think because he used to work in, like, with machinery and stuff, so maybe he just, like, didn't wear it because of work, and then just didn't get used to it. I don't know. I wear a lot of the same jewelry, so I feel like wearing a wedding ring for the rest of your life is, like, not if you already wear jewelry, it's not, like, a big deal. Although, like when I work out, I don't wear any jewelry. Do like, people take off their rings when they, like, their wedding ring? When
I do, because it hurts, and I don't want to scratch it when I'm lifting, so I don't wear it to the gym. They have those silicone bands you can get, which I don't really care if I have a ring on or not. Yeah,
like, you don't have to be like, I'm married all of the time.
It's fine.
Well, maybe at the gym, guys will try to come up to you and be like, hey, girl.
Okay, actually.
I'm married with your silicone band on.
Funny story.
Okay.
I was at the gym a couple weeks ago, and this is just a story about a guy hitting on me at the gym, so
I want to hear
it's
it.
kind of
Keep
funny
going.
though. So I was at the cable machine, and there's two sides, so I'm at one side, and this guy comes up to the other side, and he kind of is, like, motioning to me, like, are you using this? And I had my headphones in, so I said, no, go ahead, and I'm doing my exercise, whatever, and I see him getting very close to me, and I'm not looking at him, and I see him coming into my bubble. Yes, my peripherals. And I look, and he's...
My bubble.
My personal space. And I look over, and he's looking at me, and his mouth is moving. So I take off my headphones, and what did he say? There's a water bottle on the ground, like a clear one.
Yeah.
And it had about it was a quarter of the way full with some orange liquid, and he goes, hey, what do you think's in that bottle?
Okay.
And I said,
I don't know,
probably like a pre-workout drink or something. Yeah. He said, I don't even want to know. And I said, okay.
Aw, his little sad attempt at trying to hit on you.
There's more. It continues
for
a long time. And he said, well, I don't even... He goes, this is what he said. What color is it? And I said...
What do you mean?
It's like a light orange. He said, oh, I'm colorblind, so I don't know.
You think he's actually colorblind?
I don't know. I have no idea. But he's wearing all black, and he said, that's why I wear all black, because I'm colorblind. And I just said, maybe. Oh, that's smart. And he keeps talking to me.
What a weird dude.
And finally, he goes, he was super weird. I was wearing, like, heather gray leggings with a black top, and they were really light. They were almost white, but they're the material that doesn't show sweat, so I don't have to worry about sweat stains. But anyway, he goes, so you're wearing light-colored leggings to the gym. Bold choice. And I said...
Uncomfortable, unnecessary, and uninvited. Get away.
What?
Don't comment on what I'm wearing on my legs.
Yeah, and then I forget. I don't even know what I said. It was so annoying. I kept trying to put my headphones back in my ears.
Get the point, dude.
He kept talking every time I don't know what to say. Like, I had to finish my workout on the machine, so I didn't just want to be like, can you stop talking to me so I can finish my workout? It's hard for me to reject people. So,
okay, I feel bad saying that, though, because every time I, like, talk to, like, my guy friends about approaching women, they're like, but you guys, like, you're gonna make fun of us. So this isn't, like, to knock any guy who wants to approach someone at the gym. This guy just didn't do the best job.
We can knock this guy because it gets worse.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on. So then, I don't even remember how we were talking. I use that word loosely. He kept trying to conversate with me, and I was trying to put my headphones back in, but the topic of workout clothes came up, and he said, I don't even remember how this came up. He said, yeah, all the girls in the gym are always wearing those Gymshark leggings with the outline around the ass. You know they're only wearing those so guys will stare at it.
Okay, I was just thinking about buying Gymshark leggings, and
they're
now
cute.
I don't want to. They're cute, and they're really cheap for, like, quality leggings. They're, like, $50, and nice leggings are usually, like, $80 to $90.
Yeah, they're really cute. And he goes, you know girls are only wearing those so guys will stare at their ass.
They have an outline around the butt?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's...
All of them?
Not
I thought
all
it was
of
just
them.
always the models just had, like, very perky
no,
butts.
I think one of their lines has, like, a shape around the butt. But it makes your butt look lifted.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a lifted butt.
Absolutely.
And so I was offended, and I said,
weirded out, also. Like,
weird and creepy.
Yeah. Like, if you're my friend and you want to say that, fine.
Yeah, but like, I don't know you, and I'm also a woman, so don't tell me that I want guys to stare at my ass at the gym. And I said, no, I don't think that's why they wear it. I think they probably wear it because they like how it looks and it makes them feel good. And he goes,
you said that?
Yes.
Amazing.
And he said, yeah, that's what I meant, huh? And he was just being so annoying. But anyway.
He was definitely trying to hit on you and failing.
Yeah, and after he said that, I was offended, and I was like, I don't feel bad for you anymore, so I'm not going to be nice. And I basically just ran away.
He was probably just trying to make conversation and, like,
he really was.
Said whatever came to mind.
He was trying to make a conversation, and he tried asking me about my major and my life and all this stuff.
You should have been like, oh wait, you didn't have your ring on.
I didn't have my ring on. And so I just ended up running away after that comment about the leggings because I was... And then...
Did you at least finish your set?
No, I couldn't even finish it because I wanted to leave. So I go to the treadmill, and he asked me... Our conversation went on for like 20 minutes because I was...
hysterical.
Yeah. So... He asked me what I was doing next, and I said I had to go do cardio, so I go on the treadmill. Him and his friend were obviously, like, waiting for me to get off the treadmill because he never got my name or my number or anything, and I could tell. They were just waiting for me so he could talk to me because they weren't using any of the machines. They were standing there and occasionally looking at me. Mm-hmm. So, luckily, Colin was downstairs, and I texted him and I made him come get me off the treadmill, and I just left.
So funny. You should have texted him sooner and been like, come walk up to me and say, hey, babe.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, like, what's a really, like, foolproof cop-out when someone's, like, hitting on you and you don't know what to do and you don't, like, want to talk to them? Just be like, any more interesting wedding facts you want to share? Because we're about 25 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, that story kind of...
No, it's okay. That's hysterical. And, again, not to discourage men from, like, walking up and being, like... forward, but just like maybe have a game plan.
Or maybe if I was single and I was interested in meeting guys and he didn't make that comment,
would have like flirted back.
I would have talked to him and made conversation, but
I wouldn't because I'm really awkward. But
yeah, well, actually, I don't know what I would do because I've not been in that situation.
Panics.
But don't make offensive comments about other women.
Generalize, a woman. Just
that's
as a general
tip of the
statement.
Day. What if I have a closet full of Gymshark leggings at home?
Yeah, you honestly should have been like, yeah, these are the only non-Gymshark leggings I own. I was talking to my mom about this the other day, was like, if you're like agnostic or atheist, what is the wedding ceremony like? Because there's no prayers, there's no like religious aspect. You're obviously not married by a rabbi or a priest or whatever, any other religion.
Yeah.
I think she had said that a lot of people get married by, like, public officials, like justice of the peace and stuff like that. But, like, is it just, like, you say your vows and they're, like, by the state of whatever I
think so. I haven't been to any of those because...
Yeah, neither have I.
I've only been to religious ceremonies, and I think there's no prayer. There's probably no mention of God. Actually, in our first we have to do premarital counseling for the pastor who's marrying us. And in our first session, he said he's had a lot of people ask him to marry them, but leave out the mention of God and say, like, Mother Earth or other things. He had to say no because he's a Christian pastor.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, so I basically...
that would be blasphemous.
Right.
So, in conclusion, congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
Or impending nuptial. I love that term.
I know.
It sounds like it's a bomb that's going to go off. Impending nuptials. What came out recently... And we were going to do the Titanic conspiracy today,
yes.
right? But she takes up a lot of time because she's a doozy, so we're going to save that for probably its own episode. So I really want to talk about the This Is America, the Childish Gambino. First of all, I thought that Childish Gambino and Donald Glover were different people, and they just looked really similar. I actually, you can go to my Google history, and it says, are Donald Glover and Childish Gambino related? They're literally the same person. I'm an idiot. But, was that the first time you watched it? You just played it now?
Yes, I had read a couple articles about it, but and I had watched a few clips from it, but I had never watched the entire thing.
So if you've not seen it, pause this podcast and go watch it, and then come back to us. I'll wait. So, first of all, when a political, artistic, creative, and just masterpiece in general. Like, I'm so shocked. My brother said I really hyped it up, so I'm sorry if I hyped it up and you're like, it wasn't actually that good.
No, I thought it was really good.
So the first time I watched it, I don't know about you, but the main thing I noticed was, like, obviously all of the violence in it, like him shooting people and the riots going on in the background. But, like, obviously if you've heard or read any tweets about it, there's, like, layers and layers of symbolism. You said you read an article about the symbolism, so you know some of it?
Well, the main symbol that I saw a lot of buzz about was, in one of the scenes, I can't remember what's in the foreground because I knew about this, so I was looking for it in the background, but it's death on a pale white horse, followed by hell, which is represented by a police car.
Right.
Police violence is obviously, like, a huge theme in this video. So, it's in the background. It's not in focus.
That's a quote from the Bible, isn't it?
Yes, it's from Revelation, the end times.
About the 4 horsemen, right? Yeah, so it's like something like, and then came death riding on a pale horse, followed by hell or something like that.
Yes, it's about the apocalypse.
The apocalypse, right. If you've ever seen Supernatural, there's a whole season about that.
Really?
Yes.
That's so interesting.
You should watch that show. I feel like you'd like it.
I should watch it.
Because it's got a lot of, like, anyways, off topic. But, yes, that was one of them. I thought, like, after I watched it a second time, before I looked up articles breaking down the symbolism, noticed that your attention is drawn to, like, the dancing, which is like pop culture dances and, like, things that are popular in media and social media right now. It's meant to draw your attention away from everything that's going on in the back, which is, like, horrible violence and just rioting and things like that. And so the whole, obviously that is symbolic of the fact that we distract ourselves and move on so quickly from the horrible things that happen in America, which I think is awesome. Like, think what you will. If you're not into that deep kind of stuff, it's just, like, it was a very well thought out video. So that was, like, the main part of it, right? So if you want to go from the beginning, and this isn't everything. One thing I did read that I would have never noticed, someone looked deep into this freaking video, was that Childish Gambino is wearing
Confederate Army pants. Yes. Which is wild. I read that too.
Do you know who Jim Crow is?
Yes. Well, the Jim Crow laws were...
Do you know have you ever seen, like, imagery of Jim Crow? So,
he does that.
Yes. So when the first time he shoots the guy in the back of the head, he's, like, posing, like, in that Jim Crow pose, which, like, just that alone, so well thought out. And when he puts the gun down, the guy grabs it with, like, with like a rag and holds it gently like it's valuable, but then the black man's body